That's good. Ooh, don't want that to fall over now, do we? All right. How are we? How are we? Wow. This is our updating hunting report because obviously we are in hunting season, and you guys have probably wondered where the hell has Dave been, and that's where I've been. I've been trying to hunt and get a deer on the ground. So it's been a very how do you say, difficult so far. It has not been great so far. But it's nice to be outside. You know what I mean? So you don't really lose anything there, Dustin. You know what I'm saying? I know you're there. I see you. I haven't lost any, just being in the woods is a great feeling. But the cool part is, so this weird thing happened. So I was shooting my bow, and at the time it was the RVX 34. I was shooting my bow, and out of nowhere, thank you, Dustin. Out of nowhere, my string D loop broke, so I didn't really have time to fix the D loop because I didn't have the material with me at the time because I didn't have a Team BHP Archery repair kit handy, which is pathetic considering the fact that we make that. So instead, I grabbed my other bow, my Species XT that Bear sent me this year, and so I started hunting with that. So that was, and I kind of kept it now because I just figured I'll go hunt with that for a little while and test it out. You know what I mean? What's up, Hunter's Edge? How you doing? I figured I would test it out and then kind of go from there. So, you know. Nice. Dumas getting it done all over the place. If you could just get the dang thing on film. It's all right, man. I understand completely. I understand filming and hunting. It's literally one of the hardest things to capture. I always recommend to people this try to stay zoomed out or use a GoPro with a wide angle, because although the wide angle does kind of suck sometimes, at least you kind of capture something. It's really hard to do. Hey, I feel so many times I've lost a lot of deer too from messing with the camera at the same time. So it's just the way it goes. But yeah. Yeah, so the DJI action one, it's actually funny, guys. I'm actually going to give you a tip here that I learned today because I had bought. What's up, Vox? Awesome. Congratulations to your son tagging a fork horn last week. That's great. Mission bow at all? No, Bentley, I'm not a big mission fan, to be honest. If you're going to do a mission bow, just do a bear bow, honestly, Bear Archery. Use our code BHP2024 on their website, get 20% off. So if you're getting this bow for you or your son or a family member, just buy a bear. Species XT, the new Gamekeeper suite. If you want dual cam, use our code. You get 20% off. It's a steal, literally a steal when you see the final price. It's so cool. But we also get that code for rec broadheads. If you guys are interested in rec broadheads, BHP 2024 is same code for rec. I think also the bow hitch, which is becoming literally my favorite product ever. So if you guys haven't used the bow hitch, get the bow hitch. I'm just telling you, going hands-free with your bow and you able to get it off so fast and pull it up a tree is just phenomenal. Okay, so I bought this camera on Amazon. I'm just going to tell you guys what it is real quick so you don't buy it, because it's a piece of dog crap. Like, seriously, terrible quality. I'm going to return it. It's called the Asco Brave 7. So I got it because it was pretty cheap, and I thought, there's a huge amount of 5-star reviews on there, 4.5, whatever. And it is literally the worst camera I've ever seen in low light condition. And when I mean low light, I mean just not like a ton of sun, So I'm not saying like huge light here, All right, what do we got here? Yeah, I'll probably get the DJI hot sauce. That's what I'm probably going to do now. I have a GoPro. I hate GoPro software. I feel like it's just garbage. It never works good. Awesome hot sauce. I'm getting the deer. Is that the AccuBow? Yep, that is an AccuBow up there. Use it for when I'm bored or feeling frustrated. I can just keep drawing it, and just for a workout. All right, where were we? Crossbows, I don't know. I mean, I'm in between. I don't really use a crossbow very often, but if I find myself in a rainy, crappy day and I have to sit into a small pop-up ground blind, generally I'll take a crossbow, but not very often. Do you think Mach 33 is the best new bow out right now? Absolutely not, Cole. No, I'm not a PSE person. So, although I think PSE makes a great bow, I can't say anything bad about it. I would say, first off, I want to see a Hoyt's launching. I heard some really good stuff coming from Hoyt this year. People are very excited from what I heard that have seen it. I have not seen it. It comes out tomorrow, I think, and I am getting them, just not. I'll be on the second wave of media. So basically, what they do is, this is kind of interesting. You guys might not know this. So people, you'll first see the videos from Lancaster, MFJJ, Mike's Archery, because those guys buy them. They're actually called media buys. They buy these like chunks of all these bows, or they're so they get these things, but they're paying for them. Okay, so keep that in mind. And so what they have to do is they have to fill those orders first. But the thing is these media companies kind of like, these companies want second waves of push on their products. So we've been kind of getting pushed into the second wave format now. So we've been kind of getting the bows like 2-3 weeks, a month, or 2 months later. So for instance, like Expedition's going to launch soon. They were supposed to get us a bow. They're like, oh, we can't get a bow, but actually it's okay because we'd rather you push the brand again in December, so no big deal. I'll be here. Don't worry. I'm not. It is what it is. We're in Michigan, Nick. Yep, Michigan, Southeast Michigan. Thanks for all the follows for everybody who's joined. Appreciate that. I hear you, Bart. That sucks, man. It happens though. I'll tell you what though, if you are in the market for a crossbow, my favorite crossbow right now, hands down, is the 10-point Venom. It is $1,000 and it is jam with technology, and you get a lot for it. So my recommendation highly is to consider that bow if you're looking for one. And I wouldn't go cheap on a crossbow, because those Chinese ones, they kind of break after some time, and you do not want to be on the receiving end. So you definitely want to be in the middle. Don't go too cheap and don't go too expensive, and you'll be okay. BJZ, listen, the Carnage is a sweet bow, but it's time to upgrade. All right. And if you decide to upgrade, just get another bear on their website. Use code BHP2024, take 20% off. I don't know how long this code will work, like how long they're going to do this with us, this program. So take advantage of it, like literally. 142, Aiden. Ballistic, I would probably go with, for best broadhead for a beginner, 55 pounds. I'm going fixed blade. I'm going Montac, or a 2-blade cut, like a Helix, 100 grain. That's what I would probably recommend. Something like that. Anything that's like a fixed blade, like a Muzzy 1, Montac. I would go something like that. The code you can get, or yeah, you could use Sick Broadheads. On their website, they have the F4 and some other fixed ones, and the code is BHP2024. You can get discount on 20% off of Sick Broadheads, Wreck Broadheads. You get that same discount code, works for Trophy Ridge, BearArchery.com, TrophyRidge.com, Cajun Archery, and Bow Hitch. So huge deals. I would definitely take advantage of all these if you guys can. That's awesome, James. I have 7 bows. That Carnage is a sweet bow, though. Okay, here, let's see what James said. I turned my bow down to 52, just shot my buck with a 365 grain arrow, Grim Reaper expandable, and it went through. Oh, dang, that's a good shot, dude. Was that broadside? Love 10-point crossbows, Bill. If I was buying a crossbow myself today, I would buy 10-point. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, that's exactly what I'd buy. I like other brands. I like Killer Instinct. I think they do a great job. I think there's a lot of good crossbow brands. But like, when I really, or Excalibur, I do like Excalibur too, but I would probably lean towards the 10-point Venom. At this point, to me, that's the best crossbow on the market, because the price and everything, it's just perfect. I've not got one yet this year, Aiden. I've been out hunting pretty hard. I spot and stalked yesterday. It was so fun. I was in a shadow hunter with my compound, and I was in the shadow hunter. If you guys haven't been in them, it looks like this. I just happen to be wearing the shirt. I'm not promoting them, but I just, they don't sponsor me or anything. But we have a shadow hunter from years when they did sponsor us, and that's where the shirt came from a couple years ago. But anyways, these things are amazing, right? You're in them. They're hard shell. You can watch movies in them, for God's sakes. They're so nice. I wouldn't even call it hunting. I would call it like penthouse hunting. But anyway, it got real windy. Like, it just kept getting windy and windy. And like about a half hour before dark, I'm like, this is just too windy. They're not going to come through this area. So I decided to spot and stalk my way out, and I saw deer, of course, and I couldn't get to them. I tried, I was trying to. This wind was so loud, I was able to actually get within probably 30 yards, but through thickets. And I was just waiting for them to cross in front of me, and I wasn't sure where they were turning it up, towards me, because we were both going like this, and I wasn't sure where they were going to turn it up. And then, of course, as I started going quicker, they turned it up somewhere between me and that, and so I'm going like this, and then they took off. So I was so close though. So close. Elite Synergy. That's nice. Fixed blade all day. Yeah, I do love my fixed blade. How about a Wicked Ridge? It'll be fine, Drew. A Wicked Ridge is fine. Still owned by 10 points, so you're still getting their quality. You're still getting their quality, warranty, all that stuff. Let me take a look at that one. RDX. For my kid, when I take my kids out, they're using Wicked Ridge most of the time. I wouldn't buy this bow. So here's the thing about this bow. Like, if you haven't bought this bow, I wouldn't buy it. I would just buy the 10-point Venom. I would spend a little bit more money to get the Venom because you get a lot more technology on it. That's just but if you already have it, it's fine. It's a good bow. That's true, Rod. Yeah, they do. Mechanicals do usually have more issues. The Basin's okay. I'll be honest, I would take the 20% off the bear and just get a bear. I don't think the Basin's better than a bear archery bow at all. I feel like the Basin's not like a regular elite. So like if you're buying an elite bow, you're not getting the same feel with a Basin that you are with an elite. So don't even kind of look at it that way. I would probably recommend use our code BHP2024, take 20% off a bear archery bow, the Species XT, the Gamekeeper, anything on their website you can use that. The legit. I would go with that. Awesome, Bill. I'm glad you got that. I tried to throw some extras in there for you. All right. Let me get to some of these questions. I haven't got a chance to play with that tuning system, John, yet. Actually, I was hoping Botok would be on so I could talk to him about it. I haven't had a chance to see that yet. Darton has been promising me a bow for about 2 years, so I haven't still received one. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I do not have a target buck. In fact, we got 3 or 4 bucks coming through. Bear Alaskan, nice. Okay, yep, that was a great bow. Yeah, legit's a great option. Yep, a lot of adjustability. That bow shoots great. I think you'll love that bow. What's up, Gnome? I saw you sneak in there. Razor Terry, how you guys doing? Don't worry, I didn't forget about our bow giveaway. I will get to it. It's going to be... I don't know. Sorry, there's a lot of hunting going on right now. So we'll figure that out. But don't worry, we'll take care of it. And you guys have been around long enough to know it's going to happen. So if you don't know, we try to do a monthly bow giveaway. Try to. It doesn't always happen perfectly, but so like we'll do something. Yeah, this month's just kind of jacked, to be honest, with gun season coming up and all that, and I don't know how much time I'll be able to go live. So I've been trying to go live where I can, and it's been very sparse, and I apologize. But we're probably looking at December 1st, to be honest, to get some of these done, these giveaways. But we'll see. I have a lot of time off coming up, so we should be good. I can go live during the day coming up. I took a couple weeks off at the end of the year here to use up my vacation, so we should be able to get some of this stuff done. Looking for a backup PSC and Bark? No. If you're doing a backup, Jeremy, honestly, I'm just telling you, use the code and just buy one from Bear because the deal is too good to pass. The bows are great. Don't mess around with it. Just get a Species XT, Adapt to. Get something fun and different, like a solo cam, Try something cool. Definitely. Yeah, definitely use that and take advantage of that. So Bear won't. I don't think you'll ever see. I actually had this comment with Bear. Actually, it's funny you said that. I actually said that to them. What about doing a higher end solo cam and kind of really taking Matthew's lunch? But I don't think they have any. I don't think they want to eat their own sales on solo cams. So I think you're never going to see that. If that's the feeling I got. So like they're already making tons of money on the Adapt, the Species. There's no reason for them to do a high end. And to be fair, most people don't spend $1,000 on a bear archery bow. So unfortunately, I think they even realize, like, okay, well, not many people are going to buy these high-end bows. So I think that's what you're seeing. More likely, it'd be better if Matthews did that and brought back a high-end solo cam. Yeah, I just shaved my head, so you can see I missed a couple pieces there. I got some work to do still. I was testing a new razor, actually. I try to cut it this low, and then I wear a lot of hats. I just so happen to not have my hats here yet, so I apologize. Still working on it. Otherwise, there's a lot of baldness already, and a lot of grays. We don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? DAP Plus, yes, that's a great bow. The DAP 2s are sweet too, man. They've done a great job with those bows. They added that new tech in there, which we figured they would, right? I figured it was coming. So yeah, I've been hunting 2 days in a row, and I didn't go today, but I went the last 2 days. And the first day, I looked over my shoulder. I saw something move, and I wasn't sure, so I just decided to stare in the area of what I saw. And of course, there was a huge doe out there, and of course, I was in a tree stand, but of course, it was like distance away through thickets, like 60 yards through thickets. But if I would have had set in that hay bale blind, I would have probably got a shot from the ground with my bow, which would have been cool too. But I've been doing a lot of testing. I got a lot of products came to me from XOP tree stands, so I've been spent a lot of time kind of playing with their tree stands and their stuff, and it's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to talk them into sponsoring us next year, and if I can, I'm gonna work on getting you guys a discount code for them as well, because I am very impressed with XOP right now. Oh, it sucks, Sergio. Dream season, man. I remember those bows. Well, the good news, James, the good news is Kevin already shot one, so he gave me half the meat, so I'm not completely out yet. And Kevin's going up to the UP, and I don't know if you guys saw that post I just did with the deer on the Moultrie camera. So he's probably going to shoot that as well, because up in the UP, they don't really have many bucks, and this one's not big, but it's, I guess a big for the UP. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, he'll probably come back with a second deer. Now, please remember, I did skip a medium-sized doe. I could have shot that, but I decided, I was like, I'm just going to wait it out a little bit more, especially right now, because I feel like we are getting some decent bucks on camera showing up. And they're not huge. They're probably 110s or something, but, I mean, for the area, they're pretty good. Actually, crazy story. So, a local spot here that I used to hunt a lot with Ron Reslow. Ron sent me a picture of the buck. I can't show you because I'm using my phone for one of the things, but he sent me a picture of this buck that showed up there. I swear to you guys, it's like a 170-inch deer. It is freaking massive. It might even be bigger than that. It might be slightly smaller than that. I don't know, but it's somewhere in that region of 160 to 180. It is a freaking beast. I mean, a beast. So exciting to see that. Agenda 6, nice. Let me take a look here. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right ones for those two you're asking me about. The bear, whitetail. INT. Let me take a peek. I actually didn't see this bow this year yet. This is one they didn't send me. A lot of times they don't send me the dealer bows as much anymore, and I get more of the online bows because obviously you guys can buy them directly, which makes more sense. All right, let's take a look at this thing. So this bow this looks nice. Just trying to see the EKO cam. 31-inch axle. All right, what was the other option? Legend 30. Let's take a peeker. Was there a new Legend this year, right? Is that the new one? I think I did the Legend 30 right. This one I think I did. It's hard to remember. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, let's look at the prices real quick. So the Whitetail INT is $100 more. Both are dealer bows. Legend 30 is 30-inch. The ENT is 31-inch, so there is a difference there. And your faster bow would be the Whitetail INT. The Whitetail INT has the EKO cam, but the Legend 30 has the DHC cam, so that's a big difference. The DHC cam is a very smooth shooting, relaxing cam. It doesn't have as much hit power, so you have to make a decision there. So they are different. It just depends on what you want to do. XR hybrid cam, so I mean, I would get the 30 because I want the 30-inch axle, but like that's up to you. Do you want to? And actually, the grips are different too. The Legend 30 has the paw grip, so you may or may not like that compared to the INT, which just has their metal grip. So, just depends. What's up, Hawk? How you doing, Bill? Thanks for the roses. What would you go with to thumb release for someone wanting to get into using them? Oh well, I don't think it matters which thumb you use. I just think it matters just to try a thumb release. I would do the most basic one you can. So number one, you're not spending too much money, wasting money if you don't like it. I might even get like one on Amazon, just a cheap one, just to try the concept. And if you like it, you're always going to want to stick with things like True Ball, Scott, True Fire. Those are just dominant when it comes to that stuff. This week, Archery Outdoors. I think you're going to see a Hoyt tomorrow, and I think you're going to see Matthews this week or next week. I got text G5 actually Prime. Actually, I'm glad you guys said that because Brian was supposed to come here to launch it here. At least send him a text real quick. So, and then anyway, I had an interview. I interviewed Bowtech. So I supposedly know their launch day. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. And I went over their bows, so what they're launching, bow/bows. I can't say too much. I did see them. I was impressed. I don't know. I got a text today from them saying don't post anything yet for the date that was discussed because they might hold a bow or so or more for ATA or something. So I can't say much more than that. But I have both. I think I'm going to edit the podcast to remove some things. So I don't know. So I'm not sure what's allowed, what's not allowed, but I'll let you know. Damien, how's it going, man? Don't lose your subscription, by the way. Yeah, Hoyt just dropped tomorrow. I don't know when Matthews drops, so they haven't told me. They put me on the list, but I'm on the short list. I don't know. I don't know when it is, but I am on a short list. I know that. What's this do here? Oh, sorry, Sergio. Let me get to your questions. They held some for review. Sorry about that. All right, what does Sergio say? Pull back yesterday. My cheap blank release broke. Punched myself in the... That's the worst thing ever. It's happened to me so many times, and usually it's not the release. It's actually the D loop breaking. I hate punching myself in the face. Oh God. Fat lip ran to the mirror like a baby. It's a Sanlita X8. SHIT is crap. Yeah, probably wouldn't do the Sanlita. That's why I just tell people to buy the Bear with a discount, but no, but I honestly, if I was you, I'd sell that X8 as fast as you can. I would pick up a Bear with our discount BHP 2024, take that 20%. I don't know, but I hate getting punched in the mouth, Thanks, Damien. Appreciate that. I mean, most of us have done that, like in some way, shape, or form. Luckily for me, the one time I did, I punched myself in the neck. I was like, I gotta find the video because my face is just unbelievable. It's like so like shocking. You're just like in shock, We are in Michigan, Beyond the Arrow. Arctic Circle. Dang, that's cold up there. You're gonna be shooting some polar bears with the bow, huh? Yeah, great, Lance. That's excellent. So Lance, I'll make this very simple for you. Very simple. BearArchery.com, Royale, Bear Royale. When you check out BHP 2024, take 20%, and your daughter will be up and running, and you'll have everything you need to get going, except for arrows. You'll have to get arrows and stuff like that. But the bow will come ready to shoot, basically. They call it ready to hunt, but ready to shoot. Youth and Rec. So you can do a Gamekeeper Junior, or you could do the Royale. It doesn't really matter. There's also a little bit like easier stuff too if you feel like she can't handle that, like the Pathfinder. Let's see here. I mean, unless she's super strong, then you could look at the legit, but I'd probably start with the Royale just to be safe. Royale. Let me see how much that would cost you. I'm just looking. I know those gamekeepers are hard to get your hands on. Also, remember, if any of you guys are going to use that code, you can hit notify when available if the model you want's not there. They'll email you. You can buy it instantly as soon as you get the email, which is super helpful because that happened to me. I bought a species like that from them. There's also the Prowless. That's an option. Oh, here it is. I was going to say the Royale is somewhere. So you can either do the Prowless or the Royale. The Royale is $349.99. They have a whole bunch of cool colors. Looks like they're out of stock right now in most of them. All of them are out of stock, but they will get a big clump in, at once. So definitely keep to this. And then it's $349.99, and then 20% off of that if you buy it through this website with that code. So keep that in mind. That's the Royale, and then there's the Gamekeeper. There's also the Prowless. So there's a couple options to use. I hear you, Red Moon. Hey, that's a good way to do it. But don't talk to Sergio because he has this San Lita, and he was screaming above about how crappy it is. So, but hey, I hear you. Like, it's better to have a chance for kids to get outdoors and get them whatever you can. If you didn't know where to get it, you didn't know you had a BHP code, it could have saved you a ton of money at the time. It just is what it is. All right, where are we at over here? Hoy Trust tomorrow. Mine's out too far. Mid-November. Oh, 2 PSCs blow up on you? That sucks. Trying to tune them, that's not good. What's up, Glenn? Oh, man. This app is interesting lately. I've just been trying to post where I can. It's really hard to hit like a good video anymore. It really is. It's not easy to get a lot of views or likes on a video anymore on TikTok. It used to be pretty easy, to be honest, but they must have changed their algorithm, and every time they do that, it sucks. YouTube, I don't expect anything ever anymore, so, Anyway. All right, let me get rid of this person. All right. Oh, did you see Chuck Adams bagged another mule deer? Wow. No, Devin, I've been out about, not a ton. I've been out hunting a lot, but it's really hard this year because our location has changed. We lost our lease, so we had been kind of broken up. Everybody that used to hunt together is no longer hunting together. We're all on our own. So I hunt with Kevin mainly at his local spot a friend of his owns. And there's a lot of deer. I just have not. I've had one opportunity with a little doe, but I decided she was a little too small, and I didn't really. I already have some meat, so I wasn't necessarily scared of not having meat. So I decided to let her go. But that was about the only chance I had so far, and I have been out last 2 nights with no luck. But All right, see you, James. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. All right. AccuBow is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We do mess around with the virtual portion of it sometimes. I wouldn't say I use it a ton. Kevin was using it a lot when he did the video on it, but yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I just don't have a ton of time all the time, so. Yeah. Chris, 100% the new bow from Bear. 100%. The old bows are what I would call classics for a reason. If you're not a bow person and you don't really know how to work on bows, I probably wouldn't buy an old bow. Just my opinion, but I don't recommend that at all. Like a 10-year-old bow is something I would buy for our classic series here. So I don't think you'd want to buy it to actually use that for longevity. You gotta remember the material gets old. It doesn't matter that it's a good bow. The limbs are getting worn and moved a lot, over years. So you definitely do not want to be messing with an old one if you can just get a new Bear for 20% off with the BHP 2024 code. Just makes more sense in my opinion, but interesting, Devin. The problem now is we have gun season coming up, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know if I'll have time to go. I actually took a motorcycle class coming up. I got a 3-day motorcycle endorsement class coming up here this weekend, so I'm kind of excited about it. But I basically ruined my gun hunting time, which I don't usually do it anyway. To be fair, I'm not really. I'm more into archery, of course, so I don't generally do it. But I might go Monday. I might take the day off and go Monday. Since I can't go Friday. But by Sunday, I can ride a motorcycle legally. That'd be kind of cool. It's a great bow, Chris, no doubt about it. But I would definitely upgrade. I would definitely. Darren, just send me an invite, my friend. You can email me at bowhunterplanet@gmail.com. Again, bowhunterplanet@gmail.com. I was actually just on a podcast recently for a sports show. It was actually really fun. I was on a podcast. I think I posted a link on our YouTube community channel. They're like a smaller podcast. They do like sports, like football and all the betting stuff. It was pretty interesting, and they wanted me to come on and talk about kind of what we do here and the outdoor segment because they do the sports segment. And you guys should see the studio they built. It is absolutely incredible. What a great little studio. I mean, it's beautiful. It's almost like a talk show, like you're on, like, I don't even know. It's so neat, like really cool. But yeah, it was fun to do. All right, Darren, send it over. We'll get that going. It's only about I only charge $500 per thing I go on, so it's not too expensive. I wish. But that'd be so sweet. People are like, oh, I'll give you 10 grand to come on our show. Oh God. I have too much fun with this crap. I'll take jerky for sure. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, no. I wouldn't I would take that Z7 100%, but I wouldn't buy it. Number one, I would buy it for what I do because what we do is we do restore them and stuff, but like we don't use them for hunting. So I would definitely not buy a Z7 for hunting. That again, as my opinion, there's people on TikTok that would disagree. Like Gnome would probably do that because he knows how to handle bows and take care of them, stuff like that. So it just wouldn't make sense to me. It just wouldn't make sense. And if it's about money, if money's an issue, then like I said, buy a Bear archery bow, use our code BHP 2024, take 20% off. It's a steal. And so like you're gonna get a great deal on an awesome bow and you'll be fine. So like now if you're a Western hunter, I don't know anything about you, like where you're hunting, but if you're hunting out west, you're probably gonna want a little bit higher end bow, like a Prime. Prime's got the Ronin for $850. That's a great deal. Darton's got some good deals. That I'm talking bows that have a little more power and it would hold a little longer distance. You know what I'm saying? So. Tennessee, I would definitely buy a bear bow. I would take it for free. Just take the bow, and then I'll buy it off you. Just because I'm not going to use it for hunting. I'm going to use it for what we do here, which is like showing off classic bows. So if you you can absolutely get rid of that bow, no problem, or just hold on to it for a while, then get rid of it later. Then call me. But yeah, it's a great bow. I'm just saying, like, I'm just making a point. Like, it's definitely, I would definitely not hunt with it. I mean, nowadays the bows are so much better already. You know what I mean? So, like, in my opinion, I don't know. I would just definitely get a bear out of, from that point if you don't want to spend a lot. But if you want to spend a lot, get a brand new Matthews. They're amazing. Yeah, Darren says, seriously, I shoot a 2023 Resurgence from Bear. I love that thing. Got my stud this year. So there you go. Got me a stud this year. So I mean, they're great bows. Pin, when you're on the Bear Archery website, thanks Colton, appreciate that. When you're on the Bear Archery website, if they don't have it in stock, you have to click notify when available. And then once it comes back, it'll email you, and then you simply just click the link to buy, and you put it in the cart, put that code in, take your 20%, and you're good. You do have to wait though, because they don't have them. They just don't have them. Like for instance, the Gamekeeper, they're out of stock, and even I can't get one. So if I need one, I can't get it. What are you using for me? Because I'm using corn and oat. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about, Cameron? Did I miss something? His dough's not even. I can't bait here, so I don't really use any foods. If that's what you're saying. Have you seen her shot? No, I have not. Unfortunately, I did. I talked to Hoyt. I'm getting the bows, just not gonna. I'm gonna be on the second wave of media. So unfortunately, you'll need to tune into MFJJ or Mike's Archery tomorrow to see those, or Lancaster. I just won't be. I'm kind of getting pushed to the second waves now. I don't know why, but I think the companies are figuring that, these companies are getting these bows no matter what. They're paying for them. So why not use Dave in the second wave? So like Elite, all these guys now are looking at me like for like a month later to help push it again and put new videos back into the mix. So unfortunately that messes up my volume of views, but it is what it is. Yeah, you can't post anything on here, Darren, like that. Yep, I wish. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I started that way. I got so many hits, and then I couldn't. You get in big trouble. Thank you so much, Braden. Appreciate that. Thank you, $5 donation. Appreciate that. I used to be in the first wave, Colton. I used to always be in the first wave, but unfortunately, these companies started doing media, and they never did it before, right? Like MFJJ never had a show; you always had a shop. Same with Mike's Archery or Brian. Same with Lancaster. They never did the videos. It was only me doing these videos for years, and then they start doing their own media shows, right? And then basically what happens is, unfortunately, I don't have the funding to like just buy the bow myself, so I always ask the companies to give them to us, and then what we do is turn around and give them to you guys at the end of the year generally. So they've always been very supportive of that concept. But now they kind of are picking, choosing when to give it, when not to give it. It is what it is, unfortunately. I've been trying to get a buyer for BowHunterPlanet, to be honest, for years. A bigger organization like Outdoor Channel or something like that, just so that we can get a little more power when it comes to the political part of it, getting things or not having to ask and just buy the packages, right? So that way we don't have to wait for anybody and get ahead of everybody we can. But it is what it is. Until we can sell this baby to the right buyer, it's going to take some time, and it might not be me, what I mean? It might be the next wave of people or kids taking this over. We'll see. Hunting in the rain? I actually love hunting in the rain. I find it as long as I'm not getting wet, I find it very nice, and I see a lot of deer. The problem with hunting in the rain, the biggest issue with hunting in the rain, is the blood trail. If you shoot a deer, the blood's going to dissipate a lot faster depending on how hard it's raining. It's hard to see it because everything's shiny. So those are the big issues that you're going to find there. If I was picking between the Legit and the Whitetail Max, well, depends on the money. because the legit I can use the 20% discount code and I can't on the max. So probably take the legit because I get it 20% extra off of that baby. But I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably get the Species XT or the Gamekeeper instead of the max at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah, downpour you're gonna lose it. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? Well, ooh, interesting, Colton. That's interesting. RX9, it's called. They already launched that name. I didn't even hear the name. That's pretty cool. I've actually never had to ask, so I don't know how to tell you to ask, but I would assume. I don't know. Like, I guess we'll listen to Darren's podcast about it, but I would probably, I mean, knowing me, I'm kind of a talking kind of guy, so I would just walk up and ask, you know what I mean? What's up, Frank? How you doing, man? In Iowa, no baiting allowed. Yep, no baiting here either. I wish, man. For us, baiting's a big issue in Michigan. It's a political issue too. Unfortunately, I wish I could tell you it wasn't, but it's straight political. It's not even science anymore. Depends who's the governor at this point. So it's kind of crazy if they're a Democrat or Republican. Really, honestly, what it comes to, and I hate to say that, but it's true. When we had Graham home, she banned baiting her last 4 years, and then we had Rick Schneider. He came in. He's a Republican. Ted Nugent flew to Michigan, talked to him, and he made baiting legal again for 8 years. And during the first part of that time, was my son got to finally go hunting with a crossbow at 7, and he killed his first deer at 7, second deer at 8, turkey at 9. And then they banned baiting when it was the end of 8 years of Rick Schneider. Gretchen came in, Whitmer, and she banned it instantly. Basically, first day she came in, banned baiting. So there you go. I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's, we're in these phases. And I wouldn't care. I mean, listen, I can get access because I obviously with this network I have of people invite me all the time to places to hunt for me. But like, it's not fair to the average person. Like if you want to go hunt on state land, it's really hard to pull a deer in, and without bait of some sort, you can't, it's really difficult to get deer to come to a spot. So, and I understand you're trying to hunt them and go find them. I get all that part. I don't take that away from anybody. It's amazing and it's really cool. But not all people can do that, and they want to hunt. And if you don't allow people to hunt, you're going to lose hunters. And if you lose hunters, you're not going to have an industry because eventually they're going to suffocate, with no money. So same with the states. You're losing tag prices, right? So, I mean, there's a little bit of everything. It has to happen. I recognize that, people like to keep the old way, but it's just not really how it should work. And when I say baiting, I mean, you still have to do it the right way. You can't just go out throw a freaking truckload of bait out. I agree that there should be complete limits on it, like, one bag, or have to have a spreader, corn only. Can't stay in the same spot more than a week or something, whatever, I mean, there's got to be ways to come up with some extra rules, but I mean, just to take it away, you should see state land, man. There's so much state land here, but it's hard to hunt. You can, yes, Dalton, you can do that, but there's a lot of acorns. So the issue is, like, for instance, where I went this one place in state land just a couple of weeks ago, or, opening day I did on state land this year just to see what it was like again. It's been so long since I've set my foot on state land to hunt, and it was so hard. Like, I couldn't even, I wouldn't see a deer. I probably had a 0.5% chance of seeing a deer. There's acorns everywhere through the whole forest. I mean, there was no specific spot you could pinch. You can hunt over food plots, but you can't. I don't think you can put a food plot on state land. So, yeah, there you go, Darren. I agree with you. You're not in the game if you're not baiting because you're not drawing deer to the area. It doesn't even make sense. And that's what I'm saying. What Ohio has issues with CWD. Everybody does. That's what I'm saying. It's not the bait. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's campy. Everybody has EHD's the worst thing. It's like killing more deer than anything. Yeah, that's a great point, Doug. Doug, that is an excellent point. And Doug says, Iowa being the corn and soybean capital of the world, deer have all sorts of food. That is a great point. And when I say that, my point is in Michigan, we have solid flat land of woods, right? Like tons of forest. And that bait is a big deal in Michigan. Like if I was to put a five, I've seen this so many times. So I hunted with Struther Archery. Oh God, 2014, 13. Struther Archery invited me to their hunting parcel in Michigan. It's a 300-acre lot. And they said to me, the marketing team said to me, hey, why don't you come out? We'll film a hunt in late season Michigan, December. I'm in Michigan. Sure. It's about an hour drive for me, hour and a half. No problem. So I go to this land in Sandusky. Me and the one guy take our climbers out. It's freezing. Okay. He's like, don't worry. This is when you could bait. So whatever year this was, he goes, don't worry. I put some corn out. They'll be coming in like crazy. And we climb up in these stands, and it's freezing again, like 18 degrees, snowing. And I swear to God, they were just coming in like a train, just deer after deer. This is on private land too, and he's still baiting, right? So these deer are just coming in on a string, just deer after no big bucks or anything, but we were doe hunting, so it didn't matter. Shot a doe, he shot a doe, we got the does left. Awesome story, great experience. Next year we did the same thing happened, different position, but either way, it's unbelievable. So I mean, like it is a complete difference in harvesting numbers as well. And that's my point. The deer are hungry. It's snow on the ground. There's nothing to eat. They need something. They'll eat that food. So a lot of those deer, they'll lose a couple deer, but the rest of those deer get to finish that food and have something in their bellies. Zach Darton has done a great job over the last few years for sure. What I think they haven't done a great job at, just throwing it out there, is marketing to you guys, the hunters. They've done an excellent job marketing to the target world and using target world people, but they haven't even taken part in some of these bow reviews yet and things like that. So I don't know what they're doing necessarily or what the overall plan is, but we'll see. I hope it is to get back into They used to always do marketing to people like us, for people like you, always. They stopped in 2015. And I think that's when the company just kind of like didn't know what was going to happen, and they were in a weird spot. So from there till now, they still haven't really gotten back into that. But now with the new designs, they need to, because they have a great bow. Yeah, I hear you, Doug. Yep, it's weird, but I can't plant a food plot on state land. That's the bigger issue. But I guess I got to spend $1,000 to put a food plot in here, even though they still sell bait everywhere here. The JB, they banned it in Michigan because they said it was causing CWD, which, whatever. We all know that's not accurate. So. I wish I could, Dalton. There's just too many acorn trees here. Adult female wanting to get into archery. That's always a hard one, man. I mean, I say it comes down to money. There's not many options, so I mean, it's not. What's up, Lone Ball Hunter? I'd probably go with that Prowless on Bear and take the 20% coupon. Because you save some money. If she doesn't like you, you didn't lose a lot of money. So just a thought. But if she wants a good bow, I'd probably go with a Hoyt or something. Or that Iwasaki Gen 3 is pretty cool. Yeah, Sequel's a good bow. Yeah, that's definitely a great bow. That's a big leap, though, Zach. What'd you come from? Matthew's Mission. Yeah, that's a good option, Doug. It's a good option. Oh, God. This is nice, actually. I moved this stream onto TikTok to an iPad. That's actually helpful. I can see the words a lot better. Like, whereas JB just said something on YouTube, it's hard for me to see it to move up. Okay. Yeah. I hear you, JB. It's crazy. What's up, Bales? Oh, it's 10, 12 already. Wow. Late night here, huh? All right, Darren. I would go with, you could do the Adapt 2, or you could do the Species XT, but the Species XT is out of stock. And it's up to you if you want it's all about the size right there. So you have to choose the axle. But definitely use our code BHP 2024 and take 20% off. So it's really a good price. So I would, if you want the Species XT, I would just notify when available, and then just as soon as it's available, buy it, because I'm telling you, they go so fast, it's crazy. Let's see if the Adapt 2 is in stock. Nope, that's sold out as well. It's a bad time right now. I think Bear has a lot of sold out bows right now. This type of conversation is working. They're selling bows like hotcakes. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. They're doing very good. I would say Bear Archery does more bows than majority of people would even think. They're probably one of the, if not the largest bow manufacturer. They do a ton of bows. All right, so the hunting public. I don't know if you probably want a 70 pounder, right? I assume they have a 45 to 60 pound true timba. They have a mossy oak. Nope. Yeah, see, all the good ones are sold out right now. You're definitely gonna have to wait on this, depending on the colors and everything. But some sweet options for that price if you want to do it. Big differences, Darren. Big differences between those two bows. What's up, Charles? No, I just heard this one called the RX9, though. Someone was mentioning that above. But I think it was Colton. But no, unfortunately, they told me that I'll be on the second wave of media bows. The first one they did was all like the MFJJs, all that. But that's because they buy preview packs, and they didn't have enough bows. But this is what always happens. It's okay though. I'll be on the second wave, so we'll talk about when I get my hands on it. Oh, thanks for letting me know. So the EV and the XT are completely different. The XT is a whole new platform, it's a whole new riser. So I would definitely, the EV is a great bow. I actually have a couple, but I would probably just get the XT at this point, because you're going to have the integrated IMS, you're going to have integrated sights, you're going to have the better everything. So my opinion is just go that route. You might as well. Especially because you're getting that coupon code as well, so it's a great deal. So, all right, guys. Have a great night. Thanks, Darren. Make sure you send me that email when you get a minute, and we'll see you guys soon, okay? Thanks for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it, everybody. Peace out. And also, thanks for that $5 donation. Thank you, and see you guys. Where I can get a new bearings for. I do not, 70s Mike. I'm sorry. I wish I did. It's hard to find parts on those old bows, Usually you might have someone make them, but I would call Matthews. You might get lucky on that, to be honest. They might have something. All right, see you guys.